What if I told you that aging faster isn't just about genetics or the calendar, that the real culprit may be sitting on your dinner table, disguised as comfort food, tradition, or a sweet reward? Seniors over 60 often eat foods they believe are harmless, even wholesome. But when combined, these foods silently inflame the body, damage your cells, and accelerate aging. Imagine wrinkles etching into your skin faster, your energy fading, your memory slipping away, not because of time, but because of chemistry. Now imagine the opposite: glowing skin, strong arteries, sharp memory, all preserved by choosing the right foods and avoiding the wrong pairings. Aging is not destiny, it's design, and your plate is the blueprint. When most people think about aging, they imagine it as something written into their DNA, something unstoppable, something inevitable. But science has proven that aging is not just a matter of time, it's also a matter of chemistry. And the chemistry of aging can be sped up or slowed down by what you eat. Among the most dangerous triggers of accelerated aging is a combination so common, so normalized, that most people consume it daily without giving it a second thought: sugar plus processed fat. Think about the foods that carry this combination: glazed donuts, frosted pastries, creamy desserts, deep fried sweets, cookies, pies, ice cream cakes, and even some breakfast items that are marketed as treats to start your day. The moment sugar and processed fat meet inside your body, they launch a cascade of chemical reactions that overwhelm your cells. It's not just empty calories. It's a molecular time bomb that speeds up the clock of aging. Here's how it works: sugar on its own floods your bloodstream with glucose. This spikes insulin, the hormone responsible for moving sugar into your cells. Your body can handle some sugar, especially when paired with natural fiber from fruit. But in refined, concentrated forms, cookies, cakes, soda, that sugar rush is like a tidal wave, overwhelming your system. Now add in processed fats, trans fats, and industrial oils that have been heated, bleached, or hydrogenated to preserve shelf life. These fats don't behave like natural fats from olive oil, nuts, or avocados. Instead, they sneak into your cell membranes, making them rigid, unstable, and inflamed. When sugar collides with these damaged fats inside your body, the result is the creation of something scientists call advanced glycation end products, fittingly abbreviated as AGs. The irony is chilling. AGs are toxic molecules that bind to your tissues, proteins, and DNA, literally making you older from the inside out. They stiffen your arteries, wrinkle your skin, weaken your joints, and even cloud your brain. Every donut, every frosted cake, every fried pastry is not just a guilty pleasure. It's an injection of AGEs, aging you faster than nature intended. Picture your skin like a sheet of silk, smooth, vibrant, glowing. Now imagine throwing that silk into a fire. The heat hardens it, warps it, leaves it wrinkled and brittle. That's what sugar plus processed fat does inside your body. It caramelizes your tissues, cooking you slowly from the inside. Seniors who eat these foods regularly often notice their wrinkles deepen more quickly, their energy drops, their healing slows, and their blood pressure creeps upward. This isn't coincidence, it's chemistry, it's AGEs. But the effects don't stop at appearances. The internal damage is far worse. Your arteries, which should be supple and flexible, become stiff and narrow. This raises your risk of hypertension, heart attack, and stroke. Your kidneys, which filter toxins, become scarred by these same AGEs, weakening their function. Even your brain is not spared. Studies show that high AGE levels are linked to memory decline, cognitive impairment, and higher risk of dementia. What looks like normal aging is often just dietary aging, a direct result of sugar plus fat. Why is this combination so dangerous more than sugar or fat alone? Because together they create synergy. Sugar spikes insulin, processed fats inflame your tissues. When both are present, they magnify each other's effects. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. One accelerates energy storage, while the other corrupts the storage unit itself, your cell. That's why desserts made with refined sugar and shortening are more harmful than a piece of fruit or a serving of natural fat. It's the combination that kills slowly. Now, here's the good news: your body can reverse some of this damage if you stop feeding it the wrong fuel. Seniors who cut out sugar fat pairings often see dramatic improvements. Within weeks, their energy stabilizes, their skin looks healthier, their digestion improves, their inflammation markers go down. Why? Because your body is a repair machine designed to heal when you give it the chance. Remove the poison, and the repair begins. So, what can you do instead? Replace pastries with fresh fruit and nuts. Instead of a frosted donut, try apple slices with a handful of almonds. Instead of ice cream cake, try plain yogurt topped with blueberries. Instead of a fried pie, enjoy a piece of dark chocolate with green tea. These swaps don't just taste good, they actively fight aging. Fruits deliver antioxidants that neutralize free radicals. Nuts provide omega 3s that strengthen your cells. Yogurt introduces probiotics that repair your gut. Dark chocolate and green tea bring polyphenols that protect your arteries and boost your brain. Think about the contrast. On one plate, glazed pastries, fried desserts, frosted cakes. On the other plate, berries, nuts, yogurt, green tea. One plate fills your body with AGEs that stiffen and wrinkle you. The other plate fills you with antioxidants that restore and rejuvenate you. This is not about deprivation. It's about transformation. It's about choosing the chemistry of youth over the chemistry of decay. Uh, Seniors, hear this clearly. The foods you combine today decide the vitality you live with tomorrow. Sugar plus processed fat is not just a treat, it's a thief. A thief stealing your collagen, your flexibility, your clarity, your years, but you have the power to stop the theft. Every time you choose a better pairing, you slow the hands of the clock. You reclaim time. You reclaim youth. Aging is not simply about the years that pass, it's about the molecules that build inside you. Feed your body AGEs and you age faster. Feed your body antioxidants and you age slower. The choice is yours, and the future is on your plate. For many people, especially seniors, one of the great pleasures of life is sitting down at a dinner table with family or friends, cutting into a juicy piece of steak, and raising a glass of wine to celebrate the moment. It feels sophisticated. It feels traditional. It feels like joy. But what if I told you that this beloved pairing, red meat plus alcohol, is secretly one of the most destructive combinations for your body? What if I told you that while it looks like a moment of indulgence, it is, in fact, a slow weapon against your cells, accelerating the aging process from the inside out? Let's break down why. Red meat by itself, especially in moderation, especially when lean, can provide protein, iron, and certain nutrients that the body needs. Alcohol, in very small amounts, has been argued to contain antioxidants such as resveratrol in red wine. But when you combine the two, something far more sinister happens. The result is a chemical storm that overwhelms your body with inflammation, oxidative stress, and toxic overload. It is not just 1 plus 1 equals 2, it is 1 plus 1 equals 10 times the damage. Here's the science. Red meat is high in heme iron, a form of iron that is absorbed efficiently by the body. That sounds good, but too much heme iron fuels the production of free radicals, unstable molecules that damage DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. Over time, excess iron accumulation has been linked to heart disease, cancer, and neurodegeneration. Alcohol, on the other hand, places immense stress on the liver, your body's detoxification powerhouse. As it metabolizes alcohol, the liver produces toxic byproducts like acetaldehyde, which is highly damaging to DNA and proteins. Now imagine these two forces colliding in your system at the same time: iron creating free radicals and alcohol fueling liver toxins. Together, they form a deadly synergy of oxidative stress. Think of your cells as little engines working tirelessly every second to keep you alive. These engines need clean fuel to function well, but when you pair red meat with alcohol, you are essentially throwing sand and acid into the engine. The sand, excess iron, scratches and damages the engine parts, while the acid, alcohol's toxic metabolites, corrode them from the inside. Your body cannot run clean. The damage piles up. The result, faster cellular aging. You see it on the outside as stiff joints, slower recovery, wrinkles, and fatigue, but inside it's far more dangerous. Your arteries become inflamed, plaque builds faster, your heart struggles harder, your liver weakens under the double burden of detoxifying alcohol and processing fats from meat. Your brain too feels the assault. Studies show that heavy meat and alcohol consumption together accelerates cognitive decline, memory loss, and increases the risk of dementia. What feels like a moment of pleasure today could be a source of years stolen tomorrow. Now let's make this real. Imagine two seniors at the same table. One orders steak and wine, the other orders salmon with green tea. The first is fueling oxidative chaos, iron, and alcohol, teaming up to inflame, corrode, and accelerate aging. The second is fueling renewal, omega 3s from salmon, reducing inflammation, antioxidants from tea, protecting DNA, polyphenols soothing the brain. Same dinner, same setting, but two very different futures. One walking toward frailty, the other toward vitality. Here's another hidden truth. Alcohol magnifies the absorption of iron and fats from meat, meaning your body gets an even heavier hit than it would from either food alone. This explains why studies show that people who frequently combine meat and alcohol have higher risks of liver disease, heart failure, and cancers of the digestive tract. Your body is not built to handle this load, and with age, your defenses, antioxidants, repair enzymes, detox capacity are already weaker. That means seniors pay an even higher price for this combination than younger adults. But, and this is critical, small changes can transform the outcome. Instead of pairing steak with wine, choose fish with vegetables. Instead of alcohol, choose water infused with lemon or green tea. If you do choose to have red meat, balance it with plant foods rich in antioxidants, like a plate of leafy greens, a side of berries, or even a sprinkle of herbs. These foods contain compounds that bind free radicals and protect your DNA. They act like shields against the damage. And if you choose to enjoy a glass of wine, have it with foods low in iron and high in fiber, not with red meat. The pairing makes the poison. Breaking the pairing reduces the risk. What's important to remember is this: aging is a battle between damage and repair. Red meat plus alcohol tips the scale toward damage, toward oxidative stress, inflammation, and toxic overload. But you can tilt the scale back toward repair by making wiser pairings. Every meal is a choice between corrosion and renewal. Every bite is chemistry, and the chemistry you choose determines how young or how old your cells will feel tomorrow. Seniors, you must recognize this truth. The dinner table can be your greatest healer or your greatest hazard. That moment of indulgence, a steak and a glass of wine, may feel harmless, but inside your body, it ignites a storm that scars your arteries, exhausts your liver, and ages your brain. But when you swap that meal for fish and vegetables, tea and nuts, you ignite a very different storm. A storm of healing, of repair, of youth restored. Aging does not have to mean decline. It does not have to mean frailty. But if you continue to choose the pairings that inflame, you will feel old long before your time. If you choose the pairings that heal, you will glow with vitality long after others have faded. Food is chemistry. Get it wrong, it destroys you. Get it right, it renews you. The choice, seniors, is on your plate. For many seniors, comfort foods have always been a source of joy. A warm slice of white bread with butter, a bowl of instant noodles late at night, a handful of salty crackers while watching television. These foods seem harmless, familiar, even nostalgic. But what if I told you that this very combination, refined carbs plus salt, is secretly robbing you of vitality, draining your energy, and accelerating your aging every single day? On their own, refined carbs are already problematic. Stripped of fiber, vitamins, and minerals, they rush into your bloodstream as pure glucose. This sudden surge spikes your blood sugar, forcing your pancreas to pump out insulin at full speed. Repeated spikes like this lead to insulin resistance, weight gain, and the slow deterioration of blood vessels. Add salt into the mix, and the picture becomes even darker. Salt pulls water into your bloodstream, raising your blood pressure, dehydrating your cells, and straining your kidneys. Now combine the two, refined carbs and salt, together, and you have a perfect storm of cellular stress that accelerates aging from within. Think of your body cells as tiny balloons filled with water and nutrients that keep them plump, flexible, and alive. Refined carbs cause these balloons to swell and deflate rapidly as sugar spikes and crashes. Salt, meanwhile, drains them of hydration, shriveling them over time. Together, these forces weaken your cellular structure, just like an old balloon that has been inflated and deflated too many times. It loses elasticity, it becomes fragile, it wears out. That is what's happening to your body when you make this pairing a habit. And the foods that carry this deadly duo are everywhere: white bread, crackers, chips, pretzels, salted instant noodles, pastries sprinkled with salt to enhance flavor, even processed frozen meals. These foods are marketed as quick, easy, satisfying, but the reality is they are silently pulling years from your life. Seniors who eat them frequently often experience swelling in the legs, puffiness in the face, constant fatigue, and rising blood pressure. What they don't realize is that it's not just aging, it's accelerated aging, fueled by the chemistry on their plate. Let's dig deeper into the kidneys because they are one of the organs most harmed by this combination. Your kidneys act like filters, cleaning toxins out of your blood and balancing your body's fluid levels. But when you constantly flood your system with refined carbs, you force the kidneys to handle excess glucose. Add salt, and now the kidneys must also hold on to extra fluid, raising blood pressure. The double assault of sugar and salt makes your kidneys age faster than the rest of your body. Over time, they harden, scar, and weaken, reducing your ability to filter waste. What does that mean for you? More fatigue, more swelling, more toxic buildup. It's like taking a delicate filter and clogging it with mud and sand day after day until it tears. But it's not only the kidneys, your arteries also pay the price. Refined carbs spike insulin, which damages artery walls. Salt stiffens them further by increasing fluid pressure. Together, this combination inflames and hardens your blood vessels, creating the perfect environment for hypertension, heart disease, and stroke. So, let's look at the idea of seniors often believe that high blood pressure is just a natural part of aging, but in truth, it is often the result of years of eating the wrong pairings. Carbs stripped of nutrients, overloaded with salt. And what about your brain? High salt diets are linked to memory decline, while refined carbs are linked to impaired focus and fatigue. Together, they act like fog inside your mind. Seniors who indulge in this combination often feel sluggish, forgetful, and mentally drained. They may blame it on getting older, but the science is clear. It's not just age, it's food. The brain is an energy hungry organ, and refined carbs give it a sugar rush followed by a crash. Salt, meanwhile, constricts blood vessels, limiting oxygen delivery to brain cells. The result? Faster cognitive decline, greater risk of dementia, and a loss of mental sharpness that could have been preserved. Now, I want you to picture two meals. One is a bowl of instant noodles, salty broth, refined white flour noodles, maybe even paired with salty crackers on the side. The other is a bowl of quinoa tossed with colorful vegetables, lightly seasoned with olive oil and herbs. The first meal dehydrates, spikes, and stresses your body, draining energy and aging you from within. The second meal hydrates, nourishes, and stabilizes your body, supporting your heart, kidneys, and brain. Same effort, same idea of quick and easy, but two completely different outcomes. One subtracts years, the other adds them. Actually, the solution is not to give up food, is to upgrade your pairings. Swap white bread for whole grain bread rich in fiber. Trade salty chips for unsalted nuts. Replace instant noodles with brown rice, quinoa, or whole wheat pasta paired with vegetables. Use spices and herbs instead of salt to flavor your meals. These swaps don't just make you feel good, they extend your life. Whole grains release sugar slowly, preventing insulin spikes. Herbs like basil, oregano, and rosemary add flavor while delivering antioxidants. Nuts provide magnesium, which actually lowers blood pressure rather than raising it. And remember this, the body is forgiving. Seniors who reduce refined carbs and salt often see improvements within weeks. Blood pressure drops, energy rises, brain fog lifts, skin looks healthier. Why? Because the body is not built to fail, it is built to heal, it is built to restore. But it cannot do that if you keep feeding it poison disguised as comfort. Seniors, I say this with urgency, refined carbs and salt together are not harmless snacks. They are accelerators of aging, hidden in plain sight. Every slice of white bread, every salty cracker, every bowl of instant noodles is not just a meal, it is a message to your cells. A message that says, age faster, break down sooner, surrender earlier. But you can change the message. Every time you choose whole grains and herbs instead of refined carbs and salt, you are telling your body, stay strong, stay young, stay alive. Food is chemistry, and when you choose the chemistry of life, you choose youth. The power is on your plate. There is a reason so many people love desserts like ice cream, milkshakes, sweetened lattes, creamy puddings, and chocolate milk. They bring back childhood memories, they taste comforting, and they seem harmless when eaten as a treat. But what if I told you that this combination, dairy plus sugar, is not just indulgent, it is silently destructive? What if I told you that every creamy, sugary bite is accelerating your aging, breaking down the very structures that keep you youthful, and robbing you of energy, vitality, and time? On their own, dairy and sugar already create challenges. Dairy is rich in proteins and fats that for some are difficult to digest. Sugar is a fast absorbing carbohydrate that spikes insulin, but when combined, they interact in a way that magnifies the harm. Instead of being a treat, dairy plus sugar becomes a recipe for accelerated skin aging, metabolic dysfunction, and cellular damage. This pairing is a perfect storm that undermines your body from the inside out. Here's the science. Dairy proteins like casein and whey, when paired with high sugar intake, push your pancreas into overdrive. The insulin spike from sugar is already powerful. But dairy proteins are insulinotropic, meaning they cause insulin levels to rise even higher. Together, this leads to a surge of insulin that overwhelms your cells, pushing them toward insulin resistance. Insulin resistance doesn't just increase your risk of diabetes, it accelerates aging by disrupting how your cells absorb and use energy. Seniors who experience this often feel it as constant fatigue, stubborn weight gain, or slow healing. But the damage goes deeper. Sugar and dairy together promote the breakdown of collagen, the protein that keeps your skin firm, elastic, and youthful. Sugar molecules attach themselves to collagen fibers in a process called glycation, making them brittle and stiff. Add dairy, and the effect intensifies. Dairy proteins act as accelerants for glycation. The result? Wrinkles form faster, skin sags earlier, and your face begins to show lines that don't match your spirit. Many seniors believe these changes are just natural aging, but in truth, they are the visible scars of dietary choices. And it's not only skin. Internally, glycation and insulin resistance damage your arteries, stiffening them and increasing blood pressure. Your joints lose flexibility. Your brain suffers from reduced glucose control, leading to brain fog, forgetfulness, and an increased risk of cognitive decline. Every scoop of ice cream, every sweet latte, every creamy dessert is silently carving years away from your future. Now picture this, two seniors at a cafe. One is sipping a caramel latte topped with whipped cream. The other is enjoying a cup of green tea with a side of fresh berries. The first is fueling insulin spikes, glycation, and collagen breakdown. The second is fueling antioxidants, DNA repair, and blood vessel protection. They may both feel comfort in the moment, but their bodies are writing two very different stories, one of decay, the other of renewal. The digestive system also pays a price. Many seniors are lactose intolerant to some degree, meaning their bodies no longer produce enough lactase enzyme to properly digest lactose in dairy. When sugar is added on top, the digestive system is doubly strained. The result can be bloating, gas, discomfort, and inflammation that spreads beyond the gut. Science has shown that chronic gut inflammation fuels aging throughout the body, from the skin to the brain. What feels like a simple dessert can ripple through every organ system. But here's the hopeful truth: you can satisfy your sweet cravings without this toxic pairing. Instead of ice cream, choose Greek yogurt topped with berries. Yogurt provides probiotics that repair the gut and protein that sustains muscles. Berries deliver polyphenols and vitamin C that protect collagen rather than break it down. Instead of a milkshake, try a smoothie made with almond milk, spinach, banana, and chia seeds. Instead of sweetened lattes, try green tea or herbal infusions with a touch of honey. These alternatives don't deprive you, they heal you. They turn the act of indulgence into the act of renewal. And the difference is visible. Seniors who replace dairy sugar pairings with healthier alternatives often notice their skin improving within weeks. Wrinkles soften, glow returns, energy levels rise, digestion steadies, brain fog begins to lift. Why? Because your body is no longer being attacked, it is being supported. Every day without dairy sugar overload is a day your cells can repair instead of defend. Think about collagen again. It is like the scaffolding of a building, holding everything in place. Sugar plus dairy is like acid dripping onto that scaffolding, corroding it day by day until the structure collapses. But antioxidants from fruits, nuts, and green tea are like workers repairing that scaffolding, reinforcing it, making it strong again. Which future do you want for your body? The corroded ruin or the restored strength? Seniors, hear this clearly. Dairy plus sugar is not just dessert, it is damage disguised as delight. It is aging disguised as sweetness. Every time you choose that pairing, you are choosing to weaken your collagen, strain your pancreas, and fog your brain. But every time you replace it with yogurt and berries, or tea and nuts, or a smoothie with plant-based milk, you are choosing youth, vitality, and clarity. Food is chemistry, and the chemistry of dairy plus sugar is the chemistry of accelerated aging. But you have the power to change the formula. You have the power to swap breakdown for renewal, fatigue for energy, sagging for strength. Seniors, your choices are not small, they are monumental. With every meal, you decide whether to accelerate the clock or slow it down. In the case of dairy plus sugar, the choice is clear. Leave it behind and watch your body thank you with more years, more vitality, and more life. When you think about a bowl of yogurt topped with fresh berries, it might not strike you as powerful, but science shows this simple pairing can transform your health and slow down the aging process in ways desserts and processed foods never could. Yogurt by itself is a remarkable food when chosen carefully. It's packed with probiotics, living bacteria that restore balance to the gut. The gut is home to nearly 70% of your immune system, and as you age, the health of your microbiome determines how resilient you remain against disease. Seniors who include yogurt in their diets often notice improved digestion, stronger immunity, and better absorption of nutrients. But yogurt becomes even more powerful when paired with berries. Berries are rich in polyphenols, plant compounds that act as antioxidants in the body. These molecules neutralize free radicals that cause oxidative stress, the very stress that stiffens arteries, damages DNA, and wrinkles skin. What makes this pairing unique is the way each element amplifies the other. The probiotics in yogurt strengthen the gut lining, making it easier for your body to absorb the polyphenols from berries. Meanwhile, the vitamin C and anthocyanins in berries protect collagen, the protein that keeps your skin firm and elastic. Together, yogurt and berries slow down two major drivers of aging: inflammation in the gut and glycation in the skin. Now, imagine two seniors. One starts the day with a sugary pastry and coffee filled with cream. The other begins with plain yogurt and a handful of blueberries. Both have satisfied their hunger, but their bodies are on two very different paths. The first senior has spiked blood sugar, inflamed their cells, and created AGEs that harden tissue. The second has stabilized blood sugar, strengthened gut bacteria, and fueled collagen protection. For weeks, months, and years, the contrast becomes visible. One, looking and feeling older than their age, the other walking with vitality, glowing skin, and sharper memory. It's not magic, it's chemistry. Yogurt and berries are a youth preserving team, delivering beneficial bacteria, stable protein, antioxidants, and skin protecting compounds in every bite. Seniors who make this small swap often notice lighter digestion, brighter energy, and even improved mood because gut bacteria communicate directly with the brain. A simple bowl of yogurt and berries doesn't just feed your hunger, it feeds your future. Now imagine replacing your mid-afternoon snack of cookies and coffee with a small cup of green tea and a handful of nuts. At first, it sounds less indulgent, but the impact on your body is extraordinary. Green tea contains catechins, plant compounds proven to lower oxidative stress, protect your DNA, and even improve fat metabolism. These catechins travel through your bloodstream like little guardians, neutralizing free radicals before they can damage your cells. Nuts, on the other hand, provide omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin E, magnesium, and plant protein. Together, these nutrients act as construction material for your cells, repairing membranes and lowering blood pressure. The true magic comes when they are paired. Green tea improves blood circulation, ensuring that the healthy fats and antioxidants from nuts reach every corner of your body. Nuts slow the release of caffeine, giving you steady energy instead of jitters. The combination sharpens your mind, strengthens your heart, and even improves your skin. Seniors who make this a daily ritual often notice reduced blood pressure, clearer thinking, and more stable energy throughout the day. Think of your body like a house. Free radicals are like termites chewing through wood. Green tea brings the exterminators, while nuts bring fresh beams of wood to rebuild. Together, they protect and renew. This simple pairing doesn't just satisfy a craving, it fortifies your foundation. Another powerful swap happens at the dinner table. Instead of red meat and alcohol, imagine a plate of grilled salmon served alongside steamed vegetables. Fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel are loaded with omega-3s that cool inflammation, keep your brain sharp, and support heart health. Vegetables add vitamins, minerals, fiber, and phytochemicals that protect arteries and strengthen immunity. When eaten together, the benefits multiply. The healthy fats in fish help your body absorb the fat-soluble vitamins in vegetables like vitamin A, D, E, and K. The antioxidants in vegetables protect the delicate omega-3s from oxidation, allowing them to do their job more effectively. This pairing reduces inflammation at the cellular level, improving joint flexibility, supporting clear skin, and boosting mental focus. Seniors who choose fish and vegetables regularly often feel lighter after meals, sleep better at night, and wake with more energy. The difference compared to a steak and wine dinner is striking. One combination inflames, stiffens, and burdens the liver, while the other soothes, repairs, and strengthens. Two meals, two futures. Even the way you dress your vegetables can make the difference between aging faster and aging slower. Many seniors pile on salt or creamy dressings that do more harm than good. But when you pair olive oil with leafy greens, you transform a simple salad into an anti-aging powerhouse. Olive oil is filled with monounsaturated fats and polyphenols that protect your heart and brain. Leafy greens like spinach, kale, and arugula bring vitamin K for strong bones, folate for DNA repair, and a spectrum of antioxidants that reduce inflammation. The key is that many of the antioxidants in greens are fat soluble, which means your body cannot absorb them without a fat source. Olive oil unlocks their potential. Together, greens and olive oil act as a team to lower blood pressure, strengthen blood vessels, and improve cognitive function. Instead of stiffening your arteries like refined carbs and salt, this pairing keeps them flexible and resilient. Instead of fueling decline, it fuels longevity. Seniors who add olive oil to their greens often notice improved circulation and smoother digestion and even better skin tone. It is a small change, but over time, it makes a monumental difference. And yes, even dessert can be reimagined into a tool for youth and vitality. Dark chocolate, when chosen at 70% cacao or higher, contains flavonoids that improve blood flow, protect your heart, and support memory. Pair it with fruit like strawberries, blueberries, or orange slices, and you multiply the benefits. Dark chocolate stimulates nitric oxide production, relaxing blood vessels and improving circulation, while fruit adds vitamin C, which protects collagen from breaking down. Together, this pairing satisfies sweet cravings while actually fighting the very processes that make you age. Unlike ice cream or milkshakes, which combine sugar and dairy to accelerate wrinkles, dark chocolate with fruit delivers antioxidants that preserve skin, brain, and arteries. Seniors who choose this treat notice less guilt, more satisfaction, and even improvements in mood thanks to the serotonin boost from cacao. What feels like indulgence is actually medicine. What feels like dessert is actually preservation. Each of these combinations, yogurt with berries, green tea with nuts, fish with vegetable, olive oil with greens, dark chocolate with fruit, represents not just food, but a philosophy. They prove that aging is not about deprivation, it is about transformation. The wrong pairings age you faster, but the right pairings protect and even restore you. Every meal is an opportunity to either fuel decline or fuel renewal, and the choice is in your hands.